Welcome back to the Director's Garage. Spaceball season, folks, batter up! I am your host and resident idiot, Michael. And today, folks, it's a Patreon viewer's choice.
Awesome.
What's that about? Well, you see, I have one member over on Patreon who joined at a level that grants him voting rights on upcoming episodes. And Marcus has chosen a mystery box. So what's the Patreon thing about? Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, we do this live stream on YouTube every week called the Hump Day Happy Hour Hangout. And I started doing a Zoom hangout about once a month. It's called the Hangover Hangout. Seeing a trend here? Okay. Well, everyone has cameras on that thing, and we can all show off our gear and talk face to face. And I've booked some guests like Ryan from Modhouse and Zach from ZMF, who showed us the Caldera closed back before most folks even got to see it. It's really good stuff. Now, if you want to join us, there's a link in the description down below. It's just $3 a month, and who knows, maybe you'll get to vote on what I do next on this show. But today it's this mystery box right here, and it comes to us from our fine friends at Audio 46. It's the only place I turn when I'm looking to pick up some gear, like the Audio Quest and iGo dongle DACs that I picked up recently. I wanted to try some portable gear for my new iPhone, and Audio 46 hooked me up. They're a personal audio superstore, but they're also a local brick and mortar in the heart of New York City. So I'm supporting a local business staffed with enthusiasts like me. You can check out the latest from Meze, Felix Audio, and one of my favorite brands, Noble. They ship fast and free, and they have a great return policy. And here is the best part. At checkout, if you use the coupon code Director's Garage, all one word, you can knock an extra 5% off most of the stuff they carry. It adds up to a lot of savings, and it's the best place to get your gear on. Okay, so here's how this works. Audio 46 has sent me this package. I don't know what's in this thing. It could be a $50 item. It could be a $5,000 item. We're going to open this thing blind and check it out together. It's some live action for you. Audio 46 has been sending me mystery boxes since the very first year of this show. These are my favorite episodes to do, and I do think it's time we grip it and rip it.
What's in the box?
And in the master's chamber, they gather for the feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they can't kill the beast. You got that one? Come on, that one's too easy. It's Hotel California by the Eagles. I kind of messed the lyric up there a little bit, but you get the idea. All right. I know most of you guys got that one, but yeah, these are my very favorite episodes to do. It's easy to see why. Audio 46 has just had this endless supply of mystery boxes coming my way since this show went on the air. It's amazing. I can't wait to see what's in this thing. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Wow! And oh my God, we got ourselves a black box. Let's dig deeper. Yeah, I'm not sure what the heck this thing is. Let's see what it's a Dan Clark Audio. Folks, I don't know. I got a feeling this might be that new closeback. What do you think? Well, I noticed one thing right here. It says it's going to me, Director's Garage, California. I'm so down with that. All right, let's see. I do think it's that new E3. Let's see what's in the box. Now, one thing I just noticed, this box is kind of torn up. So I'm guessing this must be something either somebody bought and returned, but there is a sticker right here that looks like it's sealed. So I'm going to open the seal, and then let's see what happens when I do that. Because this looks like it's a magnetic flip case, if I had to guess. But let's take a look. Wow, that's exactly what it was. It's exactly what it was, and we got ourselves some foam.
Come on!
And oh yeah, folks. Oh yeah, baby. This thing is the E3. Whoo! This is a headphone I've been dying to hear. Man, oh man, Audio 46 has hooked us up again. I know this thing goes for about $2,000. I know it's a closed back, and I know a lot of folks are having a lot of good things to say about this thing. And is this the headphone that finally puts Dan Clark up in the upper echelon in the director's garage? I don't know. I've not had good luck so far. Let's check this out. Let's see what's in the box first. Now you get a cable. Now I have a beautiful Norn cable that I bought for my Dan Clark Audio Expanse. I'm going to be using that instead of this because I'm excited about getting that opportunity. What else is in here? You got ourselves a product card, a user guide, and a certificate of authenticity. Okay, that's it for the box. So there's no hidden stand in the bottom like the Yamaha apparently. Now let's move on to the headphone because this has got me really intrigued. I've seen this thing on video, but I have not seen it in person, and I'm excited. Let's take a look. Little zipper around the edges, and oh boys, let's do it. Wow! Oh, wow, they flipped over with it, but oh man, they look at these. Look at these guys. Oh, that is beautiful glass on the outside. These things are smooth. There's a couple little ports, it looks like here. You get the E3 logo in blue. You get a top stitched E3 in blue. Now just hang on a second. Boys, check this out. This is that Norn cable I was just telling you about, and look at how this thing would match. Ooh, this is going to be great. All right, let's check out the rest of the headphone. You get the trick of the headphone band and the collapsing situation here. I always appreciate this. This is something I can do all frickin' day long. This is going to be a really boring episode because I'm going to sit here and go, whoop, 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 whoop. And then they've got the little spacer in here, which comes with all Dan Clark headphones for some reason. I'm not sure what this is about. A little 3D printed dealio. And then we get down to the headphone itself. And, oh, God, guys, these feel great. These feel great. I will say this, I've been a little hard on Dan Clark, but I've never been hard on their design. This is inspired. It is original. I know these things are going to be comfortable. I'm not even putting them on my head yet. I just looking at them, I know they're comfortable. Let's see if we can see anything in the driver. No, these are lockdown pads. You cannot get in there and check this thing out. I do know that they've got more of that metamaterial going on, like the Dan Clark Expanse and the Stealth, and it's just there to absorb what they're called standing waves and kind of clean up the sound a little bit and tune them properly, or as they want to. Now, I'm going to do it right now. I'm just going to... Yeah, guys. I mean, Meze, Dan Clark, these companies know comfort. They know how to put something together that feels good on the head. This thing is lightweight. It feels nicely sealed. It's all the things. It's all the things you want in the design. And I've never given Dan Clark Audio a single knock on their ergonomics. These things are killer. Really well designed. Well, I don't know what else to tell you. We're going to wire these things up with my gorgeous Norn cable, and we're going to head into a director's garage sound impression coming right up.
Sound impression.
All right, guys, before we get rolling, I just want you guys to appreciate one final time. Look at the beautiful blue stitching weaved into this Norn cable and how it goes. I get nothing from Norn. I just happen to love these cables. I think they're fantastic. Huge fan of them. And we're going to go check this out now for the first time. Okay, and I'm going to get this thing started off with some Boz Skaggs. And I want to hear... Let's hear the lowdown. I like this track. This is a good one. It's a good slap bass going on here. And I'm getting really good detail off the top. And I'm hearing what sounds to me like it might be a little bit mid-forward. But there's a silky smooth mid. Boz's voice is coming in now. And I like the way it's floating and integrated to the music. These are highly detailed. This is a nicely detailed set. These sound really quick, just on first listen. The bass is tight. I don't know that it's digging terribly deep. We're going to have to go to another track to check out the bass and really figure out what it's doing. But initially, these are sounding a touch mid-forward. A beautiful extension on the top. I really like that. And these sound pretty quick. Again, I'm getting a lot of spatial effects with reverb, and so it's an artificial spatial effect. But I like the way these things are playing so far. I'm very impressed with the sound out of the gate here. And my problem with Dan Clark so far, with his other offerings, are they don't have enough fun for what I like. They tend to be more in the mid-rangey forward box, and they don't give me much extension into the fun parts of the music, and which I'm talking about the bass and like crystal clear. Now the treble seems to have excellent extension. So we're gonna pause here with Boz, and I'm gonna take us to a bass heavy track, and I'm gonna go to one of my favorites. We're gonna go to Los Lobos on Kiko, and I'm gonna be going to Dream in Blue. And let's check out what this thing is sounding like. Okay, do these things kick? Oh! Now these are a little power hungry. I'm throwing 2 volts into the Zale, and I've got this thing cranked up almost to 3/4 for a loud signal. I like the percussive effect of the bass on this. And these feel like they're going nicely deep. I'm going to kick this thing up to 6 volts. Oh, these handle more power better. Now I just moved the DAC up to a 6 volt output. This thing's got no problem handling that. These things sound good. That improved the sound to me. Oh. The keyboard just came in over here. You've got the guitar that's sort of mirroring the vocal. Excellent imaging. I mean, stuff is coming in pinpoint. And I'm really glad. I'm going to pause. I've got so many thoughts going on in my head right now. I'm going to pause for a second so that I can straighten them out, and then we'll continue. And my first thought is, I am so glad that I have the Dan Clark Expanse still in house. These have been in the director's garage sale, which is where I sell stuff. I call it the garage sale. Get it? But I've got the Dan Clark Expanse here, and I am so glad because I'm going to hold these for a full-blown review, and I want to A/B these things and see what the differences are, because the Expanse has failed to impress me. These out of the gate are impressing me big time. Now, the other thing that I'm really shocked about is that you put glass on the outside of this thing, and my immediate impression is you're going to have a bounce back reflection off of this glass that's going to really mess up reverb. It's going to do an effect, but it's probably going to be something that I'm going to get tired of fast. I don't hear any refraction coming back off of these things. That's out of the gate. So huge wins off the top. The bass is digging deep. There's a ton of detail. These are a bit mid-forward, but they're not coming mid-forward at the sacrifice of sub and bass extension. And that's been my problem so far with the Expanse and the Stealth that I only did an audition of. I've been missing the full picture in the way that these have more of a root in the Aeon 2 Noir closed than they do in either the Expanse or the Stealth in my initial 2-song first impression. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling really excited about these, and we're going to go and we're going to really dig into some different tracks now. All right, now I am in the mood to throw some shit at these things because I have not been this excited about a Dan Clark Audio offering, I don't think, ever. So let's dig in. I'm going to go to something I've been listening to a lot of lately, and that is this album called Red-Headed Stranger by Willie Nelson. This is one of the first records that he used. I think it's the second record he used Trigger on. And Trigger, his acoustic guitar that's got a pickup in it. Yeah. That guitar resonates so distinctly, and it's so beautiful. And Willie's voice is just hovering out of the space inside the headphone, and it's very simple. It just has the guitar accompanying with him, and this is that Trigger beautiful gut string guitar, and now it comes in. Now the whole band joins. If you get a chance, guys, this is one of my favorite types of country music, and it's Willie telling a story in this really sparse environment. You kind of feel the dirt in the air around where he's singing about a preacher, and it's like you're outside of a church in a single church town in the deep south or something. It just has such texture. Yeah, these are beautifully detailed, and this is a high-res track, by the way. You're getting all of it. Okay, gonna take a turn now. I kind of want to hear something that rocks on these things. Let's go to some Rush. Why not? Let's go to the Sector 2 recordings. All right, let's go to something really basic. Here's Tom Sawyer. I love the start of this. I am such a sucker for this record. Let's see how it goes. Okay, this is the first time it's sounding maybe a little bit on the bright side. All right, now the bass is kicking. The guitars are a little blary. At least under high volume. Turn it down a little bit. It's hard for me to ever turn Rush down. I think that's a sin. There ought to be a rule in some book somewhere that says you don't turn Rush down. But I got to turn it down a little bit. It is a little peaky. I'm having a great time with these. I really enjoy them. And I don't know what the new Meze lyric is like, but I think this is something where there's a line drawn with these headphones. That's so good. Hang on, I just want to check out Red Barchetta real quick. I just got to hear the little bit of Red Barchetta. I love the way the bass plays out on this and the interplay between the percussion and the way this song is constructed is just one of my favorite Rush songs. And you can feel that weight behind the kick drum. Neil's kick drum is so intense on this. Yeah, these things slam. There's a slam quality to these, I can't deny it. It's good. These are filling out a nice stage. They are imaging so well, and there's enough width here. The way they're moving the drums around the soundstage, and there's accents here and there and around. Very focused headphone. This one isn't as peaky as Tom Sawyer either. So these things can rock. These things rock. I'm going to pause for 1 second here before I jump into something else, because I just want to stress that this, to me, is everything that I wanted the Stealth to be, and it's everything I wanted the Expanse to be. This is, in my opinion, just on first listen, and I haven't spent a ton of time with them. I haven't A-B'd them with anything. This is just out of the gate, my initial impression of these. This is the best headphone I've ever heard from Dan Clark Audio. And I just want to sit back and applaud them. This is everything I wanted from the Audio 46. You want to do me an even swap for these? Because I swear to God, I would do it. This is way more enjoyable than I have ever gotten out of the Expanse. This is a huge step in the right direction. And I don't know if it's just those first two headphones were the metamaterial and the newness of it, and they were figuring out how to use it, and they did the best they could, and they released those headphones. But for whatever reason, they didn't grab me. They didn't engage me. I didn't feel like it was involving me with the music very much, and they were kind of mid-rangey, and they didn't have a ton of bass. And I'm so glad to hear this sound coming out of a Dan Clark Audio headphone. I love the company. I love their design philosophy. I love the comfort they build into these things. They spend, I can tell they painstakingly craft their headphones. These don't speak, those don't speak, the Expanse don't speak of a headphone that is just thrown together to get something out and make some money. These things are a labor of love. All of their headphones speak to me as a labor of love. And I know that they're a serious company because I had a little headphone jack problem on the Expanse, and they said, send it down to us, and they sent it back to me right away, fixed. So like they take everything seriously. So I just have been disappointed in the sound so far. This one is getting everything right so far. I am crazy impressed, and I can't wait to A/B and compare them to other headphones and put them against some Meze products, and but I really want to hear them A/B'd with the Expanse and say, where did they go? What are we hearing that's different here? Why am I so excited about this headphone when I was not that excited about the Expanse? I'm going to investigate that. I'm going to try and articulate that to you as best I can going forward. Okay. And you know that I'm getting serious about a headphone when I start pulling out my big guns, which are some of my very favorite tracks ever. And that's where we're going right now. And I'm going to go to Once in a Lifetime Off Remain in Light. Yeah. Just that sonic, a force of nature coming at you. Oh, that's how this should sound. The other thing is, these are the least veiled headphone I've heard in a while. Like, they're pushing the treble, and I think they're getting away with it from everything I've heard so far. These aren't barking at me, but man, they're close. They're like, I'm going to give you every ounce of treble short of annoying your eardrums, and they're pulling it off. And I know the image is working for me because you've got a 10 o'clock tom and a 2 p.m. tom, and they are syncopated. And when they're doing that right, those locations are pinpoint, and that's what I'm getting right now out of this headphone. And it's telling me that, and there's so much, even all the little bits that are looped in there, it's all staying crystal clear. So, yeah, I think these are maybe treble pushed a hair. But it's working for me. This is working for me on every level. I'm so happy with this headphone. the way they're keeping everything distinct and separate and giving you a presentation, this is a show. These things are giving me a show. And Remaining Light is such an important record to me because it was the one time they brought in Adrian Bellow, who is a phenomenal guitar player, who played with Zappa and he played with Bowie, and he went on to play with King Crimson in the 80s. And he's such a distinctive guitar player. The addition of Bellow changed that recording session for the Talking Heads for the better. And it was Brian Eno who set it all up. I gotta pause. Oh, it's sacrilege for me to shut that off. Okay, boys. So how do I begin to sum these up? Well, let me tell you what I think. The irony of this headphone is an ironic set of headphones because these get nice and tight and they say, oh, bring me, travel with me. The reality is I'm throwing as much power as I did at the Modhouse Tungsten and the Hi-Fi Sesfara at this headphone. So although these scream, I'm portable, they're saying in practice, I need some balls. I need some power. You gotta throw some stuff at me to get me to do all the good things. So I don't know how practical this is as a travel set of closed back headphones. This is more like an audiophile's closed back headphone. It's doing things so well that I forgive them their excesses. But they just, it's such an ironic thing. You get this tiny little package and you say, great, I'm going to travel with these. But the reality is you need a ton of power to get these things lighting up and doing special things. So that's kind of funny in that regard. But in a more serious note, Dan Clark has impressed the hell out of me with this headphone. Way more so than anything I've heard from Dan Clark, save maybe the Aeon 2 Noir. That was a headphone that impressed me too. I've been waiting for this sound to come from a Dan Clark headphone, and this one does it. It delivers that sub-bass experience, that mid-bass presence, still a bit upper, I would say mid-range focused. It's mid-forward, but it's mid-forward in the right way, not in a way that gives you kind of some more nasally experiences at the expense of a deep, robust, digging bass that touches your soul. And this one does give you that mid-forward experience still, but it definitely is balancing that mid-forwardness with a deep bass and a wide open unveiled treble that just runs wild. I think it might even be too much for some folks, but out of the gate I'm enjoying the hell out of these things. I am thrilled by what I'm hearing so clearly. You can't fake emotion when you hear something this good. I'm going to be listening to these all night. So, whoa, what an episode, right? What a great mystery box. And this comes to us again from Audio 46. And I got to thank them because this show would be a whole lot more boring without Audio 46 sending cool stuff like this our way to check out. And check out their website. Use that coupon code, folks. You're going to save yourself some cash. It's going to be worth it. Okay, coming soon. Now, you know we're going to be doing a full-blown review of this amazing Dan Clark Audio E3. I can't wait to do it, and we're going to do a shootout with the Expanse. Do you think they'd notice if I swapped the Expanse in the box with these? Would you notice? I don't know. Okay. But I really, these things are impressing the heck out of me. We also have the Zale HM1, a full review of that. And I should this week have a little package from ZMF to open. So that is going to be exciting. I can't wait to check those out. Now, still not sure of the order all of this is going to go down yet, but make sure you guys are subscribed to the Director's Garage so you don't miss any of this stuff. Give this episode a thumbs up if you love this headphone like I do, even if you don't love me, or you can do the other thing if, I just spoil it for you. I'm an acquired taste, guys. I get it. I can't say I blame you either way, and I will see you guys before you know it.